Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and time, well, it sure does fly. It has been nearly 3 years since we released the Islander Northport, which is our first 90-15 based diver at 28,800 beats per hour, whatever you want to call it. It was designed by Ryan. He lives in the town of Northport, and he was inspired by the ripples of the North Shore of Long Island to create the ripple dial that so many people have loved. However, nothing wrong with the watch. I'm happy wearing 2 of them. There was a clamoring among some of you for a smaller size, more of a unisex size. I don't want to say ladies because I think a lot of guys are going to really want to snatch these up. I am wearing 2 Northports, as I said, so I will just show them to you in the up close and personal. So let's get to it. So by way of introduction, here is the current Northport, the one we've been selling since, well, this one on the left, this is the runaway hit. This has been selling since around the summer of 2002. This was the seafoam green to white, and then, I don't know, this is ISO 155, this is ISO 195. I decided, this is mine, I decided to put it on an FKM rubber strap. This was released, I don't know, probably about a year or so after this guy, but these are still both in current production. However, I want to just leave this one here for a moment so I can show you what it looks like compared to the new guy. This is the Northport 37 or Northport 37 millimeter. You want to call it reduced, whatever. We're calling it the Northport 37. So we go from around a 40 millimeter case to a 37 millimeter case. And we've slimmed it down in every proportion and even gave it an upgrade that many people have been asking for. There is a new bracelet option on 2 of the others. And you will notice that we kept the watch, all of them are not exact copies of current models. So you notice on this one, the seafoam green to white is a little bit sharper, and it is split in the opposite direction. So that's the last we'll see of that guy. So let's, I guess we'll just start with this one, because I have 4 to show you. And they're all really nice. Same sizes, all other stuff. So let's go over the specs, right? So 37 millimeters in diameter. Look at that beautiful ripple dial, huh? Wow. 11.7 thin to a flat sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the inside. The lug to lug on this is going to be a scant 40, what is that? Oh, it's a reflection. I thought it was dirt. It's a reflection. Well, it was dirt. 43.5 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip. You notice we have lug holes for easy peasy changes, should you decide. A solid embossed case back. It is brushed, as is the sides of the case, kind of echoing what the original Northport is. And then the bracelet on this one is a 3-link. It is fully brushed on the sides and on the tops of the link. It is a, well, this is one of the upgrades you guys have been asking for. It is a toolless micro adjusting clasp, fully milled. It is sized with screws, of course, an Islander specialty. It is solid end link, and it is going from 20 millimeters here at the lug to 16 here at the clasp. The weight is 145 grams, and the water resistance, of course, is 200 meters. So the watch is running on a Miyota 90S5. Yes, it is a true no-date movement. The 90S5 happens to be an open heart movement, which is just easier to get than the 9039, which is the no-date 9015. For you, it doesn't really matter. Which is easier for us to get that movement for this production run. Oh, I guess let me go over the operation, right? So you unscrew the crown, you'll wind it up to your heart's content. You get 40 hours of power reserve. You pull it out 1 click, the second hand will stop. You can change the time. Push it in and screw down in turn for your full 200 meters of water resistance. A logoed crown. Price. Same price as the current Northport, $429, even though it's got the upgraded clasp. Some people might be wondering, well, what about the new tariffs and stuff? I've had these in the warehouse since November, so none of that tariff garbage applies to any of these releases, so good thing for me, good thing for you. So now I will go over each one, the characteristics in a little bit of detail. So this is the seafoam green to white. You have gunmetal hands, gunmetal indices, and the bezel inserts on all of the models you will see are sapphire. So this one will lume, you'll see in the Lume Shots, right? So this is a sapphire ring on the bezel and is painted from the underneath. So it stays scratch free, all that good stuff. It is 120 click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. Standard 60-minute dive timing bezel. Let's see if I can round it back. Yep, to 0. You notice a matching Rehaught chapter ring. Really nice. So model numbers. Let's see if I have this. If I have this anywhere. Yeah, I do. This is ISL 292. It shares the same bracelet as another blue to white that we decided to do, but this time a fume effect, or fume effect, whatever you want to call it, is a degrading blue on the outside to white in the middle, or white on the outside, white on the inside to blue on the outside, with a matching blue sapphire bezel insert. Really nifty. So now all these dial textures are exactly the same, but it's kind of crazy how in some lights and some reflections you pick it up, and on some it kind of disappears, right? So there you go. You can see that nice ripple dial pattern. Automatic 200 meters, 656 feet of water resistance. So this is the same, this one's the same everything. Micro clasp, on the fly adjustment, all that good stuff. So now let's get to this was model number, let's see, the first one I showed you was 292. This one is 293. Okay, the next one to show you is ISL 290 with the white ripple dial, because it is pure white with no contrast. Again, the same texture, but it will be harder definitely to see in photography. When I tilt it up to my eye, I definitely see it. It is there. Gunmetal hands and indices, little pop of red on the seconds hand, keeps it interesting. A new bracelet for us. This is like it is, it is. A 7-link, fully brushed on the top and the sides, and still sized with screws. And, that same lovely toolless micro adjustment clasp. Looks amazing, right? This was, I think I just told you, that's ISL 290. And then the last one to show you, I think it's this one. Wild card, pure purple, ISL 291. This is a purple ripple dial. Look at that. Is that awesome? I think it is. This one's got silver hands and indices. It's the only one to be silver. All the others have like a gunmetal tinge to them to provide a little bit of pop against the background. But because this background is deep in color, just kind of suffice to stick with to stick with silver hands and indices. A beautiful matching purple bezel insert, again with the sapphire. This one's really nifty. I mean, they're all really cool. I like them all. I think I went too far, but whatever. So let's look at all of them, because I think we'll just do a Lume shot with all of them together, and then we'll carry on with the wrist, and then we'll be done. So you'll notice we have the 2 outer ones are C3 and the 2 middles are BGW9. Just keep an eye on which one you want to check out in the daylight, because I'll flip on the lights in a second. Obviously, they're all really, really easy to read. You have a registration mark at the 12 o'clock for positioning, and all your bezels are loomed just a little bit differently. And here come the lights. So as you can see, the bezel insert on this one did not glow at all, well, because it's an opaque color. We had loomed numbers here on this one, and then on this one, a full lume effect, and on this one, kind of a 50-50. You get like a little bit of this one and a little of that one, but that's the whole thing. Let's see it on the wrist. So even though these are 37 millimeters in diameter, which of course for me is going to be fine, and 43.5 on the lug tip to lug tip, we still do feel that a lot of people are going to pick these up, even those with larger wrists. So there is still plenty of room in the bracelet, easily for about your 8-inch wrist or so. And if you get it and you find you need extra links, you just let us know, of course. And as usual, we will take care of you. But this is how it's going to look on a 6 3/4-inch wrist, and down here, more like a 6.5-inch wrist. But amazing. Looks, oh, it's so beautiful. I love, this one might beat the blue one out for me. Really cool. And that's going to do it for us today. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the new Northport 37mm, a smaller Northport, well, for everybody. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, put it down below. I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.